I went from spending $1,500 on phones and tablets to organize my life to spending $5 on a notepad that's helping me to structure my thoughts, reduce my anxiety, and cut my screen time by about 50%. Matter of fact, here's a screenshot of my typical phone usage, and here's a screenshot of my phone usage after I started using a notepad. In this video, I'm explaining how something as simple as using a notepad is helping me break out of smartphone captivity so that I'm finally getting things done, and I got the science to back that shit up like Metamucil. Matter of fact, let's start with science, and then I'll go to personal application and explain what all this has to do with you and me. And before I begin, I have to mention that a lot of people, including writers in huge publications, misinterpret these case studies and end up giving you a lot of misinformation. Just to be clear, the only studies I'm referencing in this videos is studies that measure the effectiveness of writing things down versus typing things. Rolex got that shit for like $50. Let me see if this shit's still ticking. Yup. Number one, paper activates the brain. When I first read it, I was like, yup, money will do that. And then I was like, wait, so will zigzags. Well, it turns out this study from the Norwegian University of Science and Technology was talking about handwriting. Yes, handwriting activates your hippocampus, the part of the brain responsible for your memory and visualization. The study also established that writing things out by hand activates multiple parts of your brain at once: motor skills, visualization, and emotional processing. And that is why writing things down creates a deeper connection to the information than typing into a Siemens-stained keyboard. Number two is efficiency and accuracy. In another study titled Paper Notebooks versus Mobile Devices, I could have came up with a better title, but the study found that people who wrote in the notebooks wrote down their schedules much quicker, which is easy to do when you ain't simultaneously getting a bunch of text messages and Grindr notifications. You'd be like, what, Grindr? I didn't sign up for that. Well, if you text me with any hate, you signed up now. Another finding was that people who hand wrote their notes gave more accurate responses to straightforward questions than people who were using mobile devices or tablets. That's why I always ask for pen and paper when I'm in the interrogation room. Number three is distraction-free thinking. A study highlighted in Neuroscience News showed that writing things down allowed for uninterrupted streams of thought. Unlike phones and tablets, which bombard you with stimulation and notifications and temptations, paper gives you space to focus and deep dive into your ideas without interruption. And that deeper exploration is where the treasures are found. In the simplest of terms, it makes you more present. Pop quiz. In what areas of your life are you present consistently? If you even thinking about answering that question, you a liar. You probably multitasking while you watching this video. Another benefit is positive mood and learning. Handwriting with pen and paper was linked to more positive feelings during the learning process. And a better mood can help enhance the learning experience. Writing by hand potentially improves memorization. Handwriting requires more mental effort to summarize and rephrase, which leads to better critical thinking and comprehension. Oh, and you know what else I forgot to mention? Handwriting really improves your memory. Wait. Did I forget to mention that? Did I? Okay, so now, how does the science of using a notebook play out in my day-to-day life? Back when I was a rapper, everybody'd be like, yo, TJ, how you remember all them damn freestyles? What they didn't know was that I wrote everything down. My rhyme book was like a treasure chest filled with clever metaphors, punchlines, and wordplay. Writing them out burned them into my memory. And they was usually a collection of notes and ideas I had jotted down over time and then compiled into a verse. But through that process, there was also a compounding of my goals and dreams. Each contribution to my notebook felt as if it was bringing me closer and closer to my desired outcome. Hence, going on to have a Billboard hit. You can learn more about that in my community tab of my YouTube channel. Fast forward to now when that same principle applies. Here's what I've learned by using my notebook. This notebook is a little bulky, but the weight of it is a constant reminder of the goals I've committed to paper. Every time I feel it, it's like my future tapping on my backside saying, hey, don't forget what we working towards. This influences my moods, my behaviors, my habits. There's something powerful about seeing all your goals written in one place. And the minute I open this notebook, it's holding me accountable. While I'm writing new goals, I'm automatically tracking my progress because I'm reminded of the previous pages and what I've already committed to. And that forces me to align my thoughts with my desires. I call it pocket parole because it's like having a parole officer in your pocket without the random piss test. By the way, now would be a great time to hit that like button if you like something. And if you motivated as hell, hit that notification bell. Another way that the science of using a notebook applies to my daily life is enhanced visualization and emotional connection. When I write, it's like I'm dreaming. I don't know about you, but I can't stand writing stuff down, messing up, having to erase it, and then begin writing again on a smudged page. Shit feel like sloppy seconds. So before I write, I'm usually refining what I want to put to paper. And this causes me to be more specific about what I'm committing to the page. Even before I knew it was scientific fact, I always noticed how the universe rewarded my specificity, and that specificity enhances my visualization, which could be why putting pen to paper makes my dream feel so much more real and tangible. The more you can visualize and emotionally connect to your goals, the more likely your brain is to guide you towards them. There's a book titled Psycho-Cybernetics by Dr. Maxwell Maltz that addresses this. I recommend you get the new Psycho-Cybernetics by Dan Kennedy and Mrs. Maltz. It's a more updated version of the original. The third way that the science of using a notepad applies to my daily life is uninterrupted streams of thought. Writing in my notebook really does mean no apps, no notifications, no distractions. It gives me longer streams of thoughts, allowing my imagination to fill in the gap. Phones, tablets, computers constantly break that flow, but handwriting keeps me in the zone. A study done by Mihaly says that being in the zone is when your mind and body sync up like a battle rap on Adderall. I know because I was one. Everything clicking, time moving different, and your brain working at its peak, experiencing heightened dopamine activity. Yet it feels as if you ain't even trying. That's what scientists call the flow state. I would say put some respect on old dude's name, but I can't pronounce that shit. Rest in peace, OG. One unexpected result was having a personal and intimate connection with my thoughts. Most of us don't even rethink our thinking. What the hell did you just say? You heard me? What I'm saying is most of us have thoughts all day, but rarely do we go back to rehash, refine, or evaluate those thoughts. Writing forces me to do just that. Typing on the phone feels cold and detached a little bit, you know? It requires so little effort, and it's usually done while multitasking, which is probably why usually when I type shit into my phone, it just vanishes into the abyss, never to be revisited. Matter of fact, a lot of what I'm saying to you right now started in a notebook, just raw streams of consciousness that developed into a script or a body of work with infinite potential. That's what writing in my notebook feels like. It often hosts the embryos of my biggest accomplishments. And that warm, intimate connection, well, that's all the dopamine I need to write another one. When you really think about it, a notepad is the legal dope game. These notebooks is my secret weapon to holding on to deep thoughts that might come up in those moments of silence. This notebook ain't just a tool, man. It's a game changer. It's keeping me off my phone. It's helping me to slow down. It's simplifying my life, forcing me to think deeply and stay connected to my goals. Every time I write, I'm not just recording my thoughts, I'm building a neurological roadmap to my future. Boss, for every breakthrough, every dodged bullet, every time I got something I felt like I didn't deserve, it all came from sitting down, writing in this notebook and letting my thoughts compound without interruption. And here's an added benefit that nobody's talking about. Let's say I get hit with that RICO charge. All I gotta do is burn all my notepads and all incriminating evidence vanish into ashes. Try that shit with ChatGPT. You had Elon and the feds raiding your shit. I keep telling y'all, think with ink. It won't save your life, but it'll give you a new one. Boss! And if you take your future seriously, I advise you to watch this video on 25 tips I wish I knew before my 30s and 40s.
Subscribe to my dad's channel. Bars!